Hey everybody, this is Brad from the Stock and Options Room here at ShadowTrader.net's Live Trading Suite, and I wanted to give you a quick update in UNG, natural gas. I did a video a little while back, and I wanted to give you an update for those that may have missed it as well. But I've been talking about UNG for months. To give you a little context, by the way, let me just start and back up. I was a buyer of UNG last time it came down to 52-week lows. Natural gas itself also came down to 52-week lows at that point. So I was like a buyer in this area for obviously months. And then I even bought more when natural gas really started to pop and ended up selling up here. You know, I was buying between 14 and 15 and ended up selling it up here in the 21 to 22 range. And then ever since natural gas started to pull back, I said, look, I want to buy it. This time I want to buy it lower with better trade location than 14 to 15. And as you see here, target buy area between 13 and a half and 12 and a half, or 13 to 12 and a half. And what I've been doing is selling downside puts for the past several weeks, and that has worked out very, very well, because so far to date, ladies and gentlemen, I've been able to collect 85 cents in option premium. Like a couple weeks ago, I sold the 13 put, and then I sold the 13 put again for the August 1st and August 8th expiry. They both expired worthless. And then for last week, I sold the Wednesday, August 20th put. But this time, instead of doing 13s, I did 12 and a half. And then for Friday, which is the 22nd last week, I also did another one at 12 and a half. So I finally got put some stock at 12 and a half. And then for this week, I sold some downside puts at 11 and a half. All right. And then when the stock started to lift, I actually sold the 12 put as well. Right? So I have the 11 and a half put, and I have the 12 put for this Friday tomorrow. The 11 and a halves, I got 13 cents. For the 12s, I got 11. And again, when you add up all those option credits, that's where the 85 cents comes from. Okay, now today the stock had inventory, and the stock popped again. So now the 11 and a halves and 12s should expire worthless tomorrow. As you can see right now, the 11 and a halves, there's not even a bid. The 12's only a penny by two, so I'm not even worried about it. Number one. Number two, if it did go down, I'd be willing to buy more at 12. I'd even be willing to buy more at 11 and a half. Because again, folks, I'm building a position, okay? So at this juncture, though, now that the stock has started to lift, I actually bought more shares. So last week I got put at 12 and a half from Wednesday. Then I got put more shares at 12 and a half on Friday. And today I just bought shares at $12.60 because the stock, the ETF really started lifting after inventories. All that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I still don't even have full position. I'm piecing in, and I'm using options to continually lower my basis. Now, obviously, for those that are doing the math, my basis is around $12.53, but that does not include the 85 cents that I have collected in premium. So you see how important it is that I'm collecting option premium this time around, because last time when I was buying UNG, I bought a lot of shares over the course of a couple months, and I bought more on the pop, up here and up here, sold up here, but I didn't do any options. And that was a big mistake, because even if I got 10 cents a week, and I'm averaging more than that now, but even if I got 10 cents a week, I literally could have lowered my basis by over a point, even more. And that is significant, by the way. You got to remember, folks, you got a $12.50 stock, and all of a sudden you're collecting 85 cents, right? That's almost 7% of the price of the stock that I have collected by doing absolutely nothing. I wanted to buy the shares anyway. And the point is, I'll end with this, that I said this before in the last video, no one cares about the cold winter right now. No one cares about natural gas. That's why I'm a buyer down here, because, you know, my whole thesis and game plan is when it starts to go into the winter months, you know, we could see a nice little lift in natural gas again. So that's why I'm building a position down here, but I'm piecemealing it in. I'm not going crazy. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. Plus, you know, obviously today is August 28th. You know, we have another 4 or 5 months. You know, folks, if I already collected 85 cents, and I did that since July 31st, all right, and obviously today it's only the 28th, but let's just say I get 85 cents or 90 cents a month, right, and I have another 4, 5, 6 months to go. You see how impactful and important this is to lowering my basis. So anyway, that's just the latest update in UNG. Again, I have puts that will expire worthless on Friday at the 11.5 and 12. Even if they didn't, I would still buy it. But if they stay up and over 12, then obviously both those expire worthless. Plus, I bought more shares at 12.60. And I don't want to sell upside calls yet. That's the other thing. I could sell upside calls as well. You know, primary trend line is still intact. Secondary trend line still intact. Tertiary, the third line was broken. But my goal is, if the stock is starting to show momentum, I don't want to sell upside calls yet, right? I want to sell downside puts or be a buyer of more shares to gain momentum to the upside. And then once I see maybe some resistance at 14 and the stock starts to go sideways or pull back, then I'll sell some upside calls for that week. And again, just take in more and more and more and more premium over the next couple months. So anyway, there you go. That's the whole update on UNG, ladies and gentlemen, natural gas. Hope it helps, and hope to see you in the room. Peace. Hey everybody, this is Brad Agunis with ShadowTrader.net. Thank you for taking the time to watch this short video. If you like what you saw, hit the like and subscribe button below. Also, you can check us out, ShadowTrader.net/squawk. And if you want to trade live with myself or any of the other ShadowTrader moderators, sign up, give us a try. Take care, good luck trading, and see you soon.